Good afternoon to our East friends, to our friends in the East, and good morning to our friends in the West. I am Israel Ellis, CEO of AdvancePro, and I am so excited to tell you today about the release of AdvancePro Power v11. The entire team at AdvancePro has been working hard on this release for the past 12 months. Version 11 is about our continued commitment to our user community and our friends that AdvancePro strives to be relevant and continues to grow our technology so that it meets your needs. The powerful features and several enhancements that is being released with version 11 is thanks to all of you, our users, who drive our development with your suggestions and customizations. And so I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your engagement and participation. I love the new look and feel of our user interface, and I'm hoping that you're going to agree too. I am deeply moved every day by the dedication and passion of an amazing team of people that I am grateful and privileged to work with, all of whom had a hand in what you're about to see today. We have a development plan at AdvancePro that is continually evolving. There are some great features and enhancements that are scheduled to be released this year, so please look out for upcoming announcements. I am so pleased to announce the launch of APT University, a regular scheduled webinar event that will be focusing on a particular feature each session. I truly hope that you will encourage your teams to attend. Watch your email box for upcoming details and register for our first webinar series starting this month. Finally, before we get started here, I would really like to thank all of you for attending today. I love my job because it connects me to all of you. I do my best to be accessible, so please feel free to reach out anytime using our 1-800 number or directly emailing to me directly. I am particularly interested in your feedback after today, so please let me know what you think by filling out the survey that's going to pop up on your screen at the end of the webinar. After all, your opinion is very important, and this is all about your AdvancePro Care customer care dollars at work. I am now going to turn you over to Daryl Reed, our VP of Product Development. Daryl, go ahead.
Thank you, Israel. Hello, everybody, and thank you for attending today's webinar. As the VP of Product Development, I am very proud of this release. We've listened to our customers, and this release marks over 1 year of dedicated effort to make AdvancePro one of the most feature-rich inventory management systems in our class. Today, we are going to review just the top few features of AdvancePro Power version 11. There's a lot more in this release. For a complete list, you can check out our website, look at our release notes, or reach out to your account manager. I'm going to hand this webinar over to our AdvancePro product expert, Ben Hart, in just a second. But before I do, I want to tell you a little bit about how this session is going to work. Ben's going to give you a quick overview of the new features in v11 and how they'll work in your business. At any point during the call today, if you have a question, please expand your GoToWebinar menu by clicking the little red arrow at the top. Click on Questions and then type in your question. I will be reviewing and monitoring the questions throughout the session, and we will answer as many as we can after the webinar, after the demo. We don't get to all the questions, don't worry. I'll have a record. We'll reach out to everybody and get those questions answered. Before we get started, please stay till the end of this webinar. I'd like to tell you a little bit about our v11 celebration offer that's open to ACCP members. With that, that little tease, I'm going to pass things over to Ben. Ben, please take it away.
Thank you, Daryl. My name is Ben Hart. I'm a proud product expert here at AdvancePro. Today I'm going to show you 6 new features in AdvancePro Power version 11. Now, those of you who work with drop shipments, you'll know that vendors don't always fill the entire drop shipment order. Transfer orders will now offer the same power and control as a customer and vendor purchase order. Our new batch feature will now allow you granular tracking of products bought, sold, or manufactured by weight or volume. Email templates will make communicating with customers and vendors even faster. Vendor purchase order approval limits will let you take greater control over your purchasing department, and multiple automatic imports will allow you to integrate AdvancePro with all of your third-party sales channels and other technologies. So first, our brand new partial drop shipment feature will allow you to account for shortages and manage the order in several ways to ensure fulfillment during the drop shipment process. Let's open up a drop shipment order, and you'll see that we've added this shipped column. Now, once we move forward and send this off to the vendor, we now have an opportunity with the drop shipped order to go ahead and state what's actually been received or shipped to our customer. Now, these changes are then going to be reflected in our bills and invoices as the products are confirmed. So here we can easily make choices about how we want to go about fulfilling the remainder of the product. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about our transfer order. Now, these give you the same process and level of control as you're used to with our CPO and VPO orders. This is our transfer order. So here, we're just going to go ahead and create an order, and I can go ahead and set in transit. This allows us to manage the stock as it moves from one warehouse to the next. Now, something we've added in this feature, in addition, is the ability to add custom fields to this. So we can track not just the reason for the transfer and not just the items being transferred, but we can also have a custom label that will show things like our consignment order. I'm going to go ahead and add some items for transfer, and we'll give a reason. Now, once we go ahead and process this order, you'll see that it makes a pick ticket in the warehouse. We can go to that pick ticket, and we can pick the items, just like we would for a CPO or a VPO. So here we can pick the items. And in this case, we can even assign serial numbers. Now at this point, we can receive those items in the opposite warehouse, in the receiving warehouse. And we can confirm those serial numbers at the time of receiving. So that's our new transfer order. This gives you a much greater level of insight into our transfers between warehouses. Now, batch tracking is a new way to trace your product and raw materials at a granular level. It works great for products that are used by weight or volume, and batch offers expiry alerts, the capability to track fractions of products, as well as to attach custom fields to a product at the batch level. Batch is the complex made simplified, and it does touch every function of AdvancePro. Today, we're going to look at receiving some product and shipping some product out with the batch feature. Now, this is going to be especially useful for our customers who work with food, in pharma tech, and in the chemical industries. So here we're receiving some product in. We'll go ahead and jump to actually receive the product in. Go ahead and open this receiving ticket up. And at this point, we can go ahead and assign a batch. So we'll open this up, and you'll see now we have not just the expiry date and the manufacturing date, but we have 3 custom fields that we've created, as well as an expiry notice date, so we can know before the product expires, so we can go ahead and promote that product and move it before it's actually no longer valuable to us. Here, I'm going to assign a batch and a partial quantity. So in this case, since we're receiving 5 units, we can actually just work in a fractional. We can work with 2.5, and we can assign a second batch for the remainder of the product if we need to. We'll go ahead and receive that product in, and we'll give it a bill and reference number. So at this point, we have the batches assigned to the items, and we can go ahead and ship those products out or manufacture with them to have that tracking right through from cradle to grave, working at that granular level. So here we can ship the product out. Now we can either choose portions of an individual batch, or we can select them in bulk, and it will select what's available from our established batches. Now you'll also see as we're shipping out, we have these alert levels down at the bottom. They'll apply to each batch, showing the expiry status for each product. For years, business owners have used AdvancePro to quickly email customers and vendors their orders and invoices. Now we're introducing a great way to speed up that contact with our new email templates. You'll see that there's a template for all of your outgoing emails, and that you can use tags to pull information from the order, such as the purchase order, or the customer ship to name, or the user's name and company across multiple companies, so that you can very easily send orders, send invoices, send vendor purchase orders to the correct customers with a personalized yet efficient process. You'll also see that there's a template for the VPO approval emails. Now, this is going to bring us into our next new feature, the ability to set approval limits for your users. Our new VPO approval limits feature will let you take control over your purchasing department. You can now assign each AdvancePro user with an approval limit, which allows them to purchase within their authority, and alert their supervisors to large transactions when needed. You'll see this right here as we talk about the VPO amount limit per user. You can create an approval limit for your buyers, say at 5K, the purchasing manager, say at 25K, and an unlimited amount for people like your CEO or CFO. To make sure that you get the right level of authority given to each individual user. Whenever a user wants to process an order higher than our approval limit, the user with the relevant authority can be emailed automatically so that they move the order forward quickly and efficiently without skipping the approval process you've set in place. Now the next feature I want to show you is our multiple automatic imports. Multiple automatic order import offers integration with any third-party channels and stackable technologies through our automatic order importing tools. But now they've gotten even better. With our multiple order import settings, we're capable of receiving orders from as many channels as you need automatically on a timer with a separate schema setup for each import setup. Now there is just one more thing I'd like to show you. I have a surprise. We've also introduced a brand new feature to your manufacturing. Manufacturing can now be completed without any lot or serial number for the final product. So I can go here and finalize this order, and it's finished without any lot or serial applied. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ben. That was a very, very good overview of AdvancePro.
That was a lot of information there.
We did. We went through a lot in a very short period of time.
I'm not sure if everyone could capture it as well, so I'm going to suggest that if there's any parts that you want to clarify, feel free to call in and arrange a bit of a training session with your account manager, and he can arrange that. I think that's there's some very complex matters made simple, I'd like to think.
Right. One thing so we're going to go into the question and answer section of today's session. We do have a couple of questions in the queue, but again, I'm going to remind you to ask a question. Please click the red arrow, click on questions, and type in your question. We're going to review those questions and answer as many as we can in the next few minutes that we have here. So let's start with our first question, and it's asked by Ricky. Let me get it up here. I use manufacturing with lot and serial numbers now, but I really don't need to track them. What's the process for changing over? Ben, if you don't mind, I'm going to take that myself. So the process is actually very straightforward. So one of the features, as Ben mentioned very quickly, you can now set products to require either a lot number or serial number or require a batch number, but you can also do the opposite and have it set to not require either one of those. So in manufacturing, if you manufacture products, as Ben said, you do not need to assign a lot and serial number. So to move forward, to change products you currently have, all you need to do is go to those BOMs and mark them as to not require a serial number, and moving forward, those products will no longer need a serial number. So I think that's a great feature. Anything to add to that, Ben? I think I pretty much covered it.
That's it.
Okay, excellent.
We have another question here from Tim. Is there an email temp for invoices?
So an email template for invoices. So we have email templates for the sales orders, for the purchase orders, and for our BPO approval. There's no templates for the emailing at the invoice stage. I can look into that, but at the email of the invoice, yeah, I don't. Right now, that's not there.
Okay, it's either there or it isn't there, and if it's not there, we put it on our.
We got to know it.
We put it on our development list. Let's deal with another question over here. Is there a limit to the number of approvers we can assign for VPO approvals?
All right, so just to reiterate what the VPO approval was that Ben went through.
I love that feature, by the way.
It's a very good feature.
You know, for anyone who is really concerned about the money being spent in their company, and at the same time they need to delegate based to all their purchasers, it's great to know that you could limit what someone can spend without you as an owner or a decision maker getting involved.
Absolutely.
This was a great feature.
It's really good. So right now, any buyer can put in their an order before their limit and process it, no problem. Anything above their limit, an email goes off to their supervisor. It's great. The only limit in AdvancePro is they need to be an AdvancePro user. So as many users as you have, you can set that many limits. So it's very, very good. There's another question here of what are the charts visible on the workspace. So this is a new feature that we're previewing in version 11. It's going to be a great feature. Right now it is in preview stage. If you've seen any of our marketing material, we talk about that. This is going to allow you to dashboard and get critical information instantly.
So where AdvancePro is moving right now is into what we like to call big data collection and taking sources of information from all sorts of different stackable or different types of technology information where the information is coming from. We're actually working on some really exciting projects with what we call dashboarding business intelligence, and we're incorporating some of that into the user interface of our screen, as you can see over here. And like Daryl's saying, we're kind of working with it. We've got some pretty stagnant stuff going on, but what you're going to see is a lot of work this year coming in the business intelligence framework, where you're going to be able to dashboard everything in real time. Really excited to talk to anyone about that if there's something specific that you've got, where it's not just the data that you're collecting from AdvancePro, but also data from your web services and other associated technologies, we're actually able to bring that data in, combine it into a sort of a dashboard format, and I'd be more than happy to show you some examples of some projects that we've already done. Very exciting stuff. And Tim is asking, how do you search by vendor SKU?
How do you search by vendor SKU? So, Ben, do you know how to do that? And where? I guess it really depends on where you need to search by vendor SKU.
Right. You can search by vendor SKU anywhere.
In some places, yeah, we don't have it in that quick search there, but you can search when you're adding a product. I think you can add a product by vendor SKU. And there's a few other places. Sorry, I'm reading other questions here as we go.
It's okay. I just saw a great question. Well, this isn't a question, it's a comment from Mark. I want to thank you very much, Mark. Mark says, great job to all the folks at AdvancePro. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. That means a lot to us. Positive remarks are very important. It gives us sort of an encouragement to keep on going here. We've got another question over here. Sorry guys, we're doing this on the fly. Is there a plan to link the creation of work orders with batch imports of purchase orders?
Is there a plan to link the creation of work orders with batch import of? So right now, when we import orders, they can be processed to a certain stage. They don't generate the work order. That has to be a manual process to generate that work order, and that's because we want people to sort of schedule their work a little bit more. That's a feature we could investigate.
And I think whenever there's a feature like that where you come up with it, is that what we like is to email with the exact as detailed as possible about the feature. We then go ahead and scope that out, and would be more than happy to talk to you about it. All of these features, everything that we do to enhance and grow AdvancePro is coming from you, the user community. So, definitely the more detailed, you can get, feel free to discuss it and call in to speak to Daryl directly.
And I'd like to just expand on that a little bit. Since taking over the VP of product development here, that's what I've done, is I've listened to our customers. You guys have been great. You've taken time to talk to me about your needs, and that's why in this release we have over 70 enhancements that were requested by customers.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
And I've got a question from Donovan. We are going to be using a CRM program called Infusionsoft. Are we going to be able to integrate this with AdvancePro? Excellent question, Donovan. And it really is a segue to a new sort of open philosophy, if you will, at AdvancePro today. First of all, Ben talked about our auto import tools that have really expanded so that we can effectively go into any third-party technology, and we are able to integrate that technology with those data values into AdvancePro, provided, of course, that we're able to accept a flat file or that there is a flat file being produced from the other technology. I want to go one step further, and I want to announce something today that is happening for release, and I think we're scheduled for release somewhere in the first couple of weeks of October. We're going to be introducing, and you're going to be hearing a lot about AP Connect. We branded it AP Connect because it does exactly that. Very, very soon, we're going to release our public API, and we've also been working on some more popular technologies that have been requested from customers and users out there in our community to work with. So very soon, you're going to any third-party stackable technology out there, we like to call it stackable technologies that you're working with, you're going to be able to, if they've got an API, it's going to require some integration work. There's still some custom work to do, but we have taken on some of the more popular programs out there. We've done a survey of our customers, of our users, and we've gotten a list, I think, of 23 different technologies that we're working with today. And very shortly, you're going to be able to connect seamlessly with all those technologies, very similar to how you connect with QuickBooks today with us, the same type of syncing, very streamlined syncing. So a little bit of patience coming out within the next, I'd like to say, I know our internal release date is somewhere at the end of, around September 30th, and then, we go through our beta testing. So I'm really looking forward to getting some of early adopters on board to beta test with us. We recognize the necessity of opening ourselves up to the world, and we've made that decision to do that. So very soon you are going to be able to integrate. Please do me a favor, do us a favor, and send us, like Donovan's mentioning Infusionsoft, if you do have a software that you're using in CRM or e-commerce world and you're not using any of our web services to connect with that, then please send us the information so we can start looking at that and discussing it with you.
Okay, I'm going to answer one more question here, and then we're going to have to sort of clue up here. So we have one question from Coral. Is it possible, or will it be possible, to get a pick list for manufacturing work orders? Absolutely, that is totally there. We have two types of work orders. One is a direct, the other is an indirect. Indirect means you're going to get a pick ticket. So we can absolutely do that.
Okay, let's fit in a couple more here. We got a few more minutes.
Okay.
I'd like to, and any questions that we can't answer today, we are going to email you directly. We do see your questions. Donovan's asking a question here. Is it possible to see a certain inventory item and see who it was sold to and for how much? Actually, that's a great question. One of the things that we introduced, going back to version 9, was the ability to start drilling down, and we're getting, better and better at that. Certainly, you've got an opportunity within the reporting section to take various reports, but as you are dynamically creating a customer purchase order or a vendor purchase order, always click on the eye. The eye is going to show you a history, and it's going to drill right down into the specific events of any transaction that's involved in a particular transaction. If you need more clarification of that, please, by the way, we've got a great knowledge base that we've been building on our website, and we've also got a gallery of video and screenshots of AdvancePro. It's really great to use our website as a portal for learning, but let us know specifically if we're not getting to the, if you need more clarification and training on that particular subject matter. I also wanted to ask you that at the end of this webinar that you fill out the survey. There is a suggestion and comments box there. This is very important for us so that we can hear what you've got to say and we can learn from it and we can move, on any of your suggestions. I'm good. I'm done. I said we'd be done in like a half hour. I think I'm like 1 minute over.
I think we're about 1 minute over, so that's pretty good. Just one thing I want to mention to everybody. As part of this release of version 11, we do have an offer for all of our ACCP members where you can get up to 50% off on any add-on services, selected add-on services. Some of the third-party software or hardware is excluded, but everything that AdvancePro provides, we do offer a discount for anything you buy in September. If you want more details on that, reach out to me, reach out to your account manager, and we'll definitely help you out on that. Well, with that,
so if I want to buy extra users, you're saying that I can get 50%. So what does an extra user go for today?
So an extra user is $1,250.
Okay, so that means it's going to cost me $625. Do I have to use that extra user right away, or can I bank it?
You can bank it. I mean, okay. you can buy it now and use it whenever you need to use it.
So I think you should work. I think if you've got opportunity, we don't normally do this, but we wanted to celebrate version 11, the power of version 11 coming out, and this is for the month of September. So you've got some time, as long as I believe that as long as they put their order in before the end of this month, they're good to go. Right?
Absolutely.
And that goes with our web services as well.
Absolutely.
We got our B2B and our sales rep and what else? And Setup for Success.
Training program, Setup for Success.
We've had a phenomenal run with Setup for Success. A lot of AdvancePro users are using that to, the whole thing is optimize your use of AdvancePro. AdvancePro has really grown, and someone who's been using it for several years, really doing a retrain can make a huge difference in terms of
find amazing efficiency.
Yeah, absolutely.
That they're just not aware of.
Listen, thank you very much for attending.
There will be a recording. You'll all get a recording of this session. Please fill out the survey, as Israel mentioned. It's going to pop up as soon as you leave. You'll also get an email with that in there. We do value your input. That's how we make AdvancePro better. That's how we give you what you need. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Israel. And everybody, we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.